the New Patriotic Party headquarters. If you all recall, last week, Wednesday, 11th December, we invited you to our headquarters to do a press conference and also to brief you and bring you up to speed of where we were as a party, the number of constituencies that we had won, and outstanding constituencies that we had issues, particularly the attitude of the opposition party, the NDC, obstructing coalition processes in several constituencies. Today, we have met you again to once again bring you up to speed of where we are after our press conference on Wednesday. But before we proceed to give you details of today's press conference, I also want us to acknowledge the presence of some key party stalwarts who are with us here this morning. On my extreme left is Evans Nimako, who is the Director of Research and Elections for our party. Next is Mr. Gary Nimako, Director of Legal Affairs. We also have Chairman McMenu, who was the chairperson for our electoral affairs for campaign 2024. We have the Majority Leader, Honorable Afrino Markin, sitting on my right. We also have Honorable Obi Amwa, who is also part of the Electoral Affairs Committee. Then the Regional Chairman of Greater Accra, Chairman Divine, is also here. Our Director of Finance and Administration, William Yamwa. The third Vice National Chairman, Alhaji Masawood, is also here. The Youth Organizer, Salam Mustafa, is also here with us. And we also have our parliamentary candidates, some of our parliamentary candidates in the affected constituencies that will be showing more details in our press conference. We have Honorable Ekuye Friye, our parliamentary candidate for Ablekuma North, here with us also. Charles Forson, our parliamentary candidate for Tema Central, is also here. Nana Jima Prempe, our parliamentary candidate for Ahafano North. Elvis Osei Mensah Dapa, our parliamentary candidate for Ahafano Southwest. And Abanga Yakubu, our parliamentary candidate for our wing. Ladies and gentlemen, the New Patriotic Party, per our tradition, has always believed in expressing our reservations and concerns through due process. And anyone who knows our history will agree with me that whenever we have issues, whenever we feel something are not going right, we don't resort to violence. We always make our case known to the Ghanaian public so that at least they will hear our side and also be informed of what is really happening. Like I indicated to you last week Wednesday when we did the press conference about how the NDC were creating chaos in various coalition centers. Afterwards, the Electoral Commission moved the coalition centers for some constituencies to the police training school at Tesano. And due to that, we were able to resolve issues in 3 constituencies, namely Suhum, Akwetia, and Fantia Panof. But the process also has come to a stalemate or standstill because, again, typical of the NDC, they didn't want the process to go on. So today, this press conference will be led by the Electoral and Legal Affairs Committee of the New Patriotic Party to give accurate and more detailed account, what we refer to further better particulars of the outstanding constituencies, so that at least the whole of Ghana, through your medium, will get to appreciate the issues at stake, and also to let you know that as a political party, our next line of action. And I can assure you, all the seats that are remaining, that we in the New Patriotic Party strongly believe, based on our coalition that we won, that seat, whether today, tomorrow, next week, 1 month, what is due us will be given to the New Patriotic Party through fair means. So at this juncture, I will invite Mr. McMenu to brief us and do the press conference on behalf of the New Patriotic Party. Thank you very much.
The chief of the New Patriotic Party is pleased to welcome you to the party's National Secretariat for the crucial engagement and commend you for honoring our invitation at such a short notice. The essence of today's media engagement is to furnish you with the details of unfolding developments at the various collation centers for the outstanding constituencies and the state of the party's official position on all such matters. The NPP has with great concern taken notice of the NDC's crude strategy of sending their party hoodlums to disrupt ongoing collation of parliamentary election results in constituencies that they know they have lost. The modus operandi of these hoodlums, with the consent of the NDC leadership, is to visit the collation centers and undertake the following lawless acts: destroy all pink sheets they could lay their hands on, destroy ballot boxes and other election materials, beat up electoral officers and party representatives who challenge them, threaten the life of any person who disagrees with them, chase out members of the National Election Security Task Force and take charge of the collation process, ensure the collation is aborted when they realize that their candidate has lost, and compel the returning officers to declare NDC parliamentary candidates as winners of the parliamentary elections. These infractions have been recorded during the collation of the parliamentary election results for the following constituencies: 1. Ablekuma North, 2. Okankwe Central, 3. Tema Central, 4. Domiko Abenya, 5. Ahafuano North, 6. Obuasi East, 7. Ahafuano Southwest, 8. Akwatia, 9. Suhum, 10. Fantiakwa North, 11. Nisawam Adwajiri, and lastly but not the least, Techiman South and Aowi. The question many will ask is, why will anybody who claims to have won an election be interested in destroying the most crucial evidence, in this case, pink sheets and ballot papers, that will confirm his victory? The person who has claimed to have genuinely won an election should rather be interested in protecting the pieces of evidence that will prove that he has indeed won. It is thus not in doubt that the only reasonable conclusion that can be drawn from the lawless conduct of the NDC leadership and their party thugs is that they know they have lost the parliamentary elections in these constituencies and are therefore desperately seeking to destroy all the pieces of evidence in order to make it impossible for the victor to prove his victory. We shall at this juncture proceed to demonstrate that the NPP parliamentary candidates in the above mentioned constituencies indeed won the parliamentary elections. Details of infractions in each constituency. 1. Ablekuma North constituency. The NPP parliamentary candidate, Honorable Nana Akuya Owusu Afriye, has won the parliamentary seat with 414 votes difference. According to data collated from all the 281 polling stations in the Ablekuma North constituency, Honorable Akuya Afriye of the NPP obtained a total of 34,613 votes to beat her contender, Rebra Obin of the NDC, who obtained 34,199 votes. We have scanned all the 281 pink sheets issued to us by the presiding officers of the various polling stations before transporting them to the EC Collation Center. Despite knowing that they have lost the parliamentary elections in Ablekuma North, per the records on the pink sheet, the NDC and their parliamentary candidate are refusing to accept the reality and to respect the will of the people of Ablekuma North, as expressed at the polls. They are still desperately seeking to mislead their supporters and the general public into believing that they won the election. Further to this, the NDC tried every possible means to destroy pink sheets, which are the primary records of the elections. It will be recalled that on Sunday, 8 December 2024, NDC tax stormed Ablekumanov Constituency Collation Center, overpowered the police, and ran amok, attempting to destroy every electoral material on site. In view of the vandalism that occurred at the collation center by the NDC hoodlums, the EC was unable to continue with the collation exercise at the constituency collation center. Consequently, the EC invited the parties to the EC Regional Collation Center at Ridge on Monday, 9th December 2024 to complete the collation. A total of 214 polling station results were collated after verification and authentication by all the parties, leaving 67 pink sheets, which were to be collated on Tuesday, 10th December 2024. However, when the parties got to the Regional Collation Center on Tuesday, the NDC representatives, in shocking turn of events, said they wouldn't allow the EC to collate the remaining 67 polling station results, insisting that they could not find their pink sheets. They then ordered the constituency returning officer, Mr. Vincent Obing, to declare their candidate as winner of the parliamentary elections. How? The returning officer told them that he had not finished with the collation, so he had no means of ascertaining who won the election and by what margin. By what margin has she won? The returning officer pleaded with them to cooperate with him to collect the remaining 67 pink sheets before making any declaration as required by Regulation 43 of CI 127, a position that was strongly supported by the NPP's parliamentary candidate and her agents. The NDC would, however, have none of that, as they insisted that their candidate, Rabra Obin, had won and should be declared as such. This resulted in a misunderstanding, whereupon the NDC reps invited their party tax, who had massed up at the EC Regional Collation Center, to force their way into the collation center, having overpowered the security and destroyed facilities belonging to the commission, the Electoral Commission. As widely captured in videos that are in circulation, the NDC tax threatened to beat the returning officer and kill him if he failed to declare their candidate as the winner. Fearing for his life, Mr. Vincent Obing, the returning officer, gave in to their demands, except that because he had not finished with the collation, he could not and did not mention any figure or percentages obtained by the candidate. Can we see the video? There's a glitch here. Okay, let me continue. We'll show you the returning officer, in response to this is the time. Okay, this is the video. The returning officer being attacked and risk to declare. Is there any voice? Thank you. The returning officer, in response to what the NDC hoodlums had ordered him to do, amid the threat of his life, only said, "I declare you as a winner." without even mentioning the name